And we'll talk about it together. Don't skip to number 2 after you're done. All right, if you're not sure what to do, you look for the variable, and the variable is A. What's happening to A? It's first being divided. I am going to put my abbreviations up here. And then it's being added. So that's what's happening to A right now. How do you undo that? What do you have to deal with first? Jack? Yeah, you're going to deal with the addition by subtracting 2 from both sides. Both sides of that equation. So what you're left with, 6 minus 2 is 4. A over 4. What's 2 minus 2? It's 0. So plus 0 wouldn't add anything to it. All right, I got done with the addition. How do I deal with the division? Yes, Sophie?
Multiplication on each side.
By?
4.
I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. So I get that canceled out. 16 equals A. That's what I think it is. Question? So don't do it on future ones. Don't do it on future ones. Yep. Jensen?
So can I check it on this piece of paper and not check it on that piece of paper?
I'm okay with that. But write your answer on this paper, the one I gave you. Okay, listen carefully. On this paper, the one that I gave to you, they gave you the problem, just like we had it. And we said that A equals 16. So that's what we think it is. Now you're going to check it by putting in 16 for A. So all I do is I rewrite everything, but instead of A, I should put 16. Now I have to figure out, is this a true equation? Well, look at the right side. 16 divided by 4, 4. 4 plus 2, does that equal 6? So check, it is correct.
Wait, so then can you write A equals 16 under that?
Yeah, that's fine. Just somewhere where it's very clear that number 1 is A equals 16. Yes, ma'am?
Can you put the answer on the paper?
On this paper I gave to you, yes. Your answer and your check. Yes, this is for a grade. Can you follow instructions?
So if we get it wrong, but we do all over.
So on the ones I'm working with you, you should not get wrong because I gave you the answer. On the ones that you work out, I will also go over, so you shouldn't get any of them wrong if you're paying attention. Yeah, you can correct them, yes.
Is there tape in your hair?
Excuse me?
Is there tape in your hair? Yeah.
I hope not. Because that'd be hard to take out. Uh-oh. Maybe there is. Well, we'll worry about that later. Okay. Negative 6 plus x over 4 equals negative 5. So this one gave us a little bit of trouble, but I think we can figure it out. Ooh, who can tell me what's happening to x first? What's happening to x first? Caroline? Okay, it's being divided. And someone very carefully tell me what's happening to it secondly. Yes, Elizabeth?
Addition.
Addition, good. It's being added. Okay. And even if it looked like subtraction, can't you still call it addition? Okay, but we'll get to that later. How do I get rid of the addition? Josie? What am I going to subtract from both sides? See, I want her to think it through. What are you going to subtract from both sides? It's hard. Okay, the correct answer is subtract negative 6. Subtract negative 6. Or add 6. You're going to add 6 to both sides. So you mean you undo addition by addition? If you add the opposite, yes. So I'm adding 6 because what's negative 6 plus 6? 0. That gets rid of that. X divided by 4 equals 1.
Is it okay?
What? Negative 1. Oh, wait, yeah, it's 1.
Is it okay if you write x divided by 4 as x and the sign?
I mean, it's allowed. I would say stay away from that because you're going to see it like this a lot. So get comfortable with it. What do you do to get rid of the division? Multiply both sides by?
4.
So that gets canceled out. I get x equals 4. Positive 4 because negative 5 plus 6 is positive 1. And then you multiply both sides by 4. 1 times 4 is 4. All right, go ahead and check it. See if it works into the original equation. So if it checks, put a little check mark that tells me you know the answer, or you hope that's the answer very, very much. Okay, so here's my check. I would do -6 plus 1 equals -5. Is that true? Check. It works. All right, do number 3 all by yourself, all of it. You work it out on your line paper, and then you check it on that other paper. Yeah. You can check it and do it on that line paper. I basically want this paper I gave to you to be neat. I want it to be nice. So go ahead and work out number 3. Sorry?
What are you going to wear tomorrow?
I have no idea.
You should dress up as a
farmer.
As a farmer. What kind of question is that, Bella? Of course I was. I was born in 86, so I was 4 by the 90s. So very young in the 80s. That means I was almost not there. So I basically started in the 90s. You get that?
You should learn afro tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Good plan.
Yeah, I don't know. I only know the night before what I'm going to wear. So I'll figure something out.
Is that -7?
That's a really good question. It's -7 and plus -7. Think of it the easiest way you can deal with it. Just think of it the easiest way. Which one's easier for you? Bella? Okay, so what's the next easiest? Think of it, I think it's just -7, or -7. Okay, I need help. I'm just going to call on people. And usually the people who don't want to answer, so I'm just giving you a warning.
I want to answer.
But not always. I mean, I just pick on someone. It depends on your face. How do you look? Yeah, some people are like this. Some people are like, so I just call. Okay, Michael, what's my first step to solve? Okay, add 7 to both sides. And I am left with 9x equals 0. What do I do next? Marissa.
You divide each side.
So that gets those canceled. I get x equals... What's 0 divided by 9?
0.
The answer should be 0, but I have no clue unless I check it. So, I mean, I have a clue, and I'm pretty sure I did this right, but check it and then see if it works out. I'll do it over here. So if I'm doing order of operations here on the left, I would have to do this first. That gets me 0. 0 minus 7 is -7. Is that true? Yeah, that's the only number that fits. So 0 does work. Can 0 be an answer?
Yes.
Of course it can. Question, man. Are you sure? You're good? Yeah, I don't mind questions. Give them to me. I don't want a ton of questions right before the quiz. And you're like, Mister, I don't know what to do. Well, you should have asked me when we were doing it. And then that helps you to think about it for a few days. Yes, ma'am. When you check it, all you do is you get your answer, and you substitute it in for the variable. So you remember the equation was 9x minus 7 equals -7? So I put 0 for x. What was going on between 9 and x? So I make sure it's multiplied together, then I work it out. And it should be true. Like, is 0 minus 7 equal to -7? Yes. Works. All right, do number 5 on your own. Try out 5 on your own. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's do number 4, because that one's tricky because we get scared of 0, but 0 is just a number that means it's neither positive nor negative. We'll see. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to skip that one. Okay, what's happening to n? It's first being, then it's being. So what undoes addition? So what do I subtract from both sides? 4. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. And if you're like, Mr. A, what do you mean by both sides? You look at the equation symbol, and you have a left side and a right side. So that's what I do for both sides there. I get 0 minus 4 is? 4 minus 4 is? Good. And I'm left with n divided by 5. What undoes division? So I multiply both sides by 5. And I get negative 20 equals n. I don't know about that.
Well, then check it.
Yep. We will check. Does that really work? Really? That looks weird to me. Okay. I would have to do negative 20 divided by 5. So that gives me 4 plus negative 4. Right? Negative 4.
0.
Oh, check. It works. You guys get this stuff?
Yes.
How many of you are kind of still iffy? You're like, okay. This is my recommendation. Mine and all my Oreos recommendations is to keep practicing, keep doing it just the way we're doing it, and eventually it just becomes second nature. Where, like, I don't even know how to do it another way. I just boom, 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 boom. And I take longer to write my steps than to think them through. But that's okay because now you're just showing your work, boom. Have I gotten these wrong recently? Yes. There's some I get wrong. Oh, man, I forgot my negative sign. Or, oh, I didn't add or subtract the right way. But if I show my work, I see what I did. If I don't show my work, just do this in my head, negative 12, get it wrong because it doesn't check. Well, what'd you do wrong? Caroline, question?
Yeah. I was getting confused on like which number to add or subtract. And, like,
Okay, so here it's being divided by 5 and added with 4. So what undoes addition of 4? Subtraction of 4. So that's what you subtract. And what undoes division by 5? Multiplication by 5. So that's how you know what numbers to do on both sides. Does that kind of make some sense? Okay. Good questions. All right, now you can do number 5. Try it out. Yeah, number 5. Go ahead and work it out on your lined paper. Don't forget, you make 2 columns for your lined paper so you have more room. That can help you to save paper. Save those trees. If you're having trouble, like what numbers, kind of like your question, Caroline, when I write my steps, I say it's first being divided by 20, then subtracted with 5, so then I can undo it. What undoes subtraction of 5? Addition of 5. What would undo division by 20? So then you know what to do. Okay, keep working out. Check it. This one. You can't tell? No. Oreos. And there's another. So basically, I'm the one side of the mini Oreos. Someone's the other side of the mini Oreos. And then someone's the filling.
Who is that?
the filling.
Find them.
You should have worn like a white shirt and then just gotten 2 big Oreos and you would.
Yeah, Pinterest.
That's one. Yeah.
Pinterest.
Yeah, Pinterest. Go to Pinterest. That'll help. Yes, very helpful. All right, who got an answer for number 5? want to share it with us? They're very confident of it. Marissa?
I bet R equals 20.
Ooh, R equals 20, you say. Okay, negative 4 equals 20. Oh, look at that. Are you sure about that? Give you one more chance.
I'm positive.
So you would first do the division, right? Because that was the first thing you needed to do. That's 1. And then minus 5 equals negative 4. That's the only answer. That has to be it. You guys got this? Yes, sir.
Shouldn't you write it as 1 minus negative 5 in parentheses?
1 minus negative 5. If you put 1 minus negative 5, that means 1 plus 5. And that would be 6. Yeah.
Are there ever two answers? Because you always say that's the only number.
What a great question. Remember how so far we've only been getting one answer, right? Normally you have one answer. Later, I'm talking like next year at the end of it, you're going to get equations that have two answers.
Wow.
But I do need to say this.
Mind blowing.
This week and next week, you're going to get problems that have a lot of answers. And you need to give me all of them.
What?
No.
Don't worry, guys. I'll give you the whole class period to do it. All right, number 6. We'll do that one together. Negative 1 equals 5 plus x divided by 6. Okay, a lot of people think, Mr. A, I think I get what we're doing on all these problems. Aren't we just taking PEMDAS and going backwards on everyone? Kind of. Not always is it going to be that way. In this case, look at x and what's happening to x first. It's being added with 5. So I'll put add 5. And then what else is happening? It's being divided by 6. It would divide by 6. So what undoes that? What undoes the division of 6? I'm going to multiply both sides by 6. Multiply both sides by 6. I get negative 6 on the left. And then this and this cancel out. Does anyone know why those two cancel out? Not only because they're inverse operations, but did I say we're multiplying by 6 on both sides? Okay, ready? Is that okay?
Yes.
We have a numerator and denominator that we could do what? Normally when we multiply fractions, what we can do with
You can reduce things.
cancel. Yeah, cancel. Boom. They got canceled. Now you'll have 5 plus x. So there's many ways you can see it. How do you undo addition of 5? Subtraction of 5. So 5 minus 5? Yeah, because you get, what's negative 6 minus 5? And see, this is where algebra is way easier. I don't think of it as negative 6 minus 5. I think of it as negative 6 plus negative 5. Right? Two signs. That's when you're adding opposites.
I know. But that's negative 6 minus 5.
So what you would do is you would add the two absolute values together and then keep the sign. See, I think of it addition. Addition makes it easier. Makes it easier. Okay. Number 7. Off you go.
Wait, we have to check.
We did check.
We did not check.
Actually, we didn't. You guys are on top of this today.
Wait, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you did without like a fraction, wouldn't it change your answer?
Say that again?
Because then you wouldn't. If you did it without the fraction, so if you did 5 plus negative 11, the division symbol is 6, wouldn't you have to do 11 divided by 6 first? So wouldn't it change your
Yes.
answer?
So that's why it's super careful. What's happening up here, what's happening in this problem, 5 plus x, if you wanted it, yes, you could do it like that. And then you would have, so you have to add those first, then divide by 6, which would be okay. Actually, that's not a bad thing we brought up there. This sum up here stays together. It's the numerator, so it stays together. That's later on. Oh, but this is check. What's 5 plus negative 11? Negative 6 divided by 6. So check, it works. Okay, go ahead and do the next one. Number 7, on your own. And then again, pause, check it. If it's good, you're good. If it's not, see what happened. As I look up here on the excellence board, 2 Algebra 1 students who are up here, some of you will be up here after I pass out those tests. But as I'm looking at one of the problems, it is not the same. It's more complex. But I see steps of work, and I see a correct answer. Steps of work, correct answer. You want to try to do these in your head? Good luck.
Who is it?
Hayes and White. Very good scores, very good work. And even if you didn't get on the excellence board, but you showed me good work, and you messed up, but we can pinpoint where it was, that is good too. That is very good. But if you try to slap an answer on it, no one knows what you did. You don't even know what you did. I'm sorry, we can't help you out. Who has V? Want to try, Bella?
Sure.
What'd you get for V?
Actually, no, I think I got it wrong.
Okay, Sophie?
I got 15 for B.
So you put, okay, so V equals 15. Does that really check out? Let's see. What's 15 plus 9?
24.
24 divided by 3?
8.
Got it.
I was checking it, and I had some department, and I was supposed to 21, but I got 15.
I see. Here's the pressure. That's all right. Okay.
Are we doing this whole paper for homework?
No. Okay. And I could say that confidently. I'll explain that in just a bit. All right. Number 8. Number 8 is where we start getting some more variety, some more complexity. So number 8, 2 times n plus 5. I was talking, I don't know, I don't think I brought this up in this class. I was talking during the Christmas break to a former science teacher, and he also taught a lot of math, because a lot of science and math, or a lot of math and science, vice versa. And he was telling me, I didn't really like algebra, because there's only one way to do it, but geometry, there's like many ways to do it. And I thought to myself, wait, because in my algebra class, and then pre-algebra as we're starting to get into it, I actually see that there's many ways to do the problem. Many ways to do a problem. Many ways to do the same problem. Now, the reason that we're so limited in what we can do on this problem is because they're not super complex. But remember those ones I was pointing out? You can look at that during break or whatever, coming in and out of class. There's variety in what you can do. In fact, you might be able to find that people did it differently but got the same answer. And that's great because you can show creativity. And if you know properties, you can do stuff with that. This is one of those examples where you can have a variety of answers here. Okay, so I'm going to do it 2 ways. Okay, I'm going to branch out and do it 2 ways. And the first way I'm going to do is the most, I don't know. I'm going to pick one way and see if you guys are okay with it. Okay, what's happening with n first? Added with 5, and then? Multiplied by 2. That's okay. So you guys see it's added by 5, multiplied by 2? Okay. So what undoes multiplication of 2?
Division by 2.
So I'm going to rewrite that problem down here to show you that there are 2 ways to do it. All right, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. You see that big fraction bar? It's got to be everything, both sides get divided by 2. So everything here gets divided by 2. So what happens to these 2's? Cancel out. And what am I left with? N plus 5. And then what's on the right side? What's negative 2 divided by 2?
0.
Sorry, negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Negative 1. All right, how do you undo addition of 5? So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. And I get n equals negative 6. Okay, that's my answer for that. I'm not going to check it yet because I'm going to do it another way.
I think they know the other way.
What do you think I would do? Okay, this is what man, this is so cool. In this problem you have a variety, but let's see what to do. Do you guys remember when you have a number times a sum, you could do distributive property? Okay, how many of you would know to do 2 times n, which is what?
2.
2n.
2n. And what's 2 times 5? Positive 10, right? Equals negative 2. Mr. A, these are totally different problems. You will not get the same answer. Well, let's find out. What's happening in this problem first? Multiply by 2, and then added with 10. Oh, that does not look the same way. That does not look like the same thing. Well, let's keep working out. How do you undo addition of 10? Subtract 10 from both sides. And you will get 2n. And what's 10 minus 10?
0.
And then what's negative 2 minus 10? Negative 12. Ooh. Negative 12. That is correct. All right. How do you undo multiplication by 2? Division by 2. And you get n equals same answer. Pretty cool. Is it? Do any of you have any appreciation for kind of the coolness of that? That you could do 2 different ways to get the same answer. Anyone think it's somewhat, kind of, maybe, sort of? I think it's cool. Okay, so I think it's negative 6, whichever way I worked it out. So we're going to put it back in here. What's negative 6 plus 5? Negative 1. What's negative 1 times 2?
Negative 2.
So checks. Check. Both of them check. I like it. I think most of you are going to do it this way, and I'm okay with that. Just make sure you put it in order and then undo it reverse order. That way is cool too. In fact, I like that way best. Number 9. Do it on your own. Man, wait. That's not even that difficult.
Check it.
Yeah, check it. Oh, yeah, we did check this one. Yeah, we did it like negative 6 plus 5 times 2, negative 2. That's okay. In fact, do 9, 10, and 11. I want to see you guys do a string of problems and do it well. And if you have questions, you can ask.
Are we going to give the test back while we do it?
What a great suggestion. I feel like something's on me. Okay, listen carefully. Today is Wednesday. These need to be turned in, signed by the grade on Friday. You got to bring it in by Friday. Please don't forget. If you forget, put it in your assignment pad, or you can put it on this paper. I don't know why you would put it on this paper, but you'll find out. Okay, and then you can ask questions if you get done with those 3 problems. Go to number 11, please. Number 11. 9, 10, 11. This was a test you took on Friday. I think everyone took it, so we're all good. And the bonus points were added as well. So like that's your final test grade for this one. And if you have a question what I marked or what you got wrong, please ask, because I can help you out with that. Oh, Caroline, you didn't take it, right? Okay, we'll talk. Can we talk about that after class? Thank you. Okay, did you have a question?
I figured it out. What is it?
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, little things.
Mm-hmm.
Let me finish these 3, and then I'll...
Should we check in 2?
Yes, please check 9, 10, and 11. Yes. And then this one too. Kind of ran out of time. Okay, I'll about that grade. I mean, like an 80. Is that all right? So I'll choose that. And then get it for me after class. Okay, yeah, if you have questions, you can ask about the test or even the problems you're doing. Yeah, because when you divide both sides by negative 8.4, you have to change the direction of the inequality. Remember, when you divide both sides of an inequality by a negative, it switches the direction. That's why. Yep.
So did I get the right numbers, but just didn't put it in fractional form?
Yeah, like I looked at this times 5 ninths. So that would have been the answer. If you would have made it 1 and 7/8 eighteenths.
That would be 1 and 7/18.
All right, and it would have been positive 1 and 7/18ths.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if it's a fractional problem, I need a fractional answer. All right, in just a moment, we're going to look at those, see how you did. Yes.
I don't understand why I put it off here.
So you multiply those two, you did 3/2 and 7/3, 7/2, and then 14/4. Oh, okay. Can I see your pencil?
No.
This one, you have a negative plus a positive, or times a positive. That should have been negative.
I always forget the negatives and positives.
Yeah, so that's right there. Yeah, but not bad.
Have you entered these grades in the sycamore?
Yeah, everything is sycamore. We're going to go over it right now. This one?
Yes, and you said it before. What did I do wrong with that?
It should have added to be 562. So, yeah, it's just the addition there. That's tough because there's so many numbers. On your addition, what I recommend, what would you do to add? You tell me. Did you just add them all together? I mean, that could work, but usually what I do is I add two of them together, these two together, these two together, these two together.
Yeah, that's what I did.
You did do. Okay. Yeah, and then you add those two together, and that's, I think, where it is. Because that should be 26. Yeah, so that throws you off a little bit. Okay, number 9. Who has an answer for number 9 and they want to share it? Elizabeth. For number 9, x equals 9?
Yes.
That's right. X equals 9. How many of you got x equals 9 for 9? 9 equals 9. 9 equals 9. Okay, if you didn't get it, when we work on another one to kind of on our own, I'll help you out with that. Number 10. Who wants to share number 10? Caroline? 8 equals n. How many of you got 8 equals n or n equals 8? Good. Yeah, it should be positive, and if you put it back in, 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 minus 10 is negative 6. All right, and then number 11. Oh, number 11. John?
V equals 16.
Ooh, super close. Do you want to add anything with that?
Negative.
Negative 16. And, yeah, because if you put positive 16, what's 16 divided by 4? 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. So
Yeah,
negative.
I put it in to check right, but then I didn't put my answer down.
Gotcha. Max?
I didn't get to finish 9.
That's okay. Yeah, if you didn't finish, that's not a bad thing. But let's do another one together, and then you can finish those up when we're working on our own. Okay, number 12. You know what? I was going to do it together, but I think you guys try it out. Try it. Try it. And then I'll work it out up here to make sure you guys did the right things in. Excuse me?
Will this be our homework back page?
Your Oreo was
There's a back page?
Oh.
I don't know yet. Well, the question was, are we going to do these for all of these for homework? I said no.
Okay, so we're not gonna do all.
I'll clarify it. Okay, but anyway, work this one out. And I think most of you are going to do it's being added with 5 and added with 5 multiplied by negative 12. Or is anyone going to do the distributive property? Try it out if you can. And if you don't get it, or you get something weird, or it doesn't check in, just do it the other way, see if it works that way for you. Oh my. Who can that be? Oh, sorry. Hello? Yes, Mr. President. Yes, sir. Kind of in the middle of something. Yeah, we have break. 20 minutes. Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Bye.
How's Mr. Trump doing?
I apologize. Yeah. I usually turn it off, but today I did not. Okay, but anyway,
in the middle of something, it's like,
Well, you gotta answer the president.
I do, so you guys understand. All right, anyway, this is the distributive property. A lot of you did not do it this way. I'm totally fine with that. But I want to see if we get the same answer. So I would add 60 to both sides. Oh, no.
This is a lot harder.
And then divide by negative 12.
You get 17, negative 17. Same answer, but it's a little bit harder.
It's a little bit tougher. All right, here, listen carefully. You should have done this if you did not do the distributive property, which, don't worry, I forgive you this time. You divide by negative 12, and then you get negative 12 equals x plus 5, and you subtract 5, and you should get negative 17 equals x. How many of you got that? Negative 17. Yes, I need both papers back. Listen carefully, please. Your homework tonight is to do the back side of this page. You may begin. It's not that bad. No, so the question was, and I'm going to...
You said